Oh, I need to scrape this out. All of this out here is winter oats, and it's seeded out. It typically gets a lot higher and seeds out more than that, but we've been in a heck of a drought. But I'm seeing quite a bit of seeds out there. So long story short, what I'm going to do is probably just another few weeks, I'll start cutting down all these seed heads and this oats right here, and that puts seed on the ground. No baiting, no nothing, which, believe it or not, technically it's legal to bait as long as you're not hunting. But this is stuff that I planted last year anyway from the deer. Always let it grow out just like this. So as soon as I mow and put all those seeds on the ground and start disking it in, it drives the dove crazy. We already have local dove and resident dove that stay here year round. So they'll start coming to that plot, feeding, getting used to eating there, and you know, becoming accustomed to the area. Then probably about the end of June, 1st of July, I'll plant brown top millet out here, actually in the rest of this big area that we're mowing around right now. That will be for the dove plot that'll be coming around September. Our season kind of moves a couple of weeks every year, it seems like, but probably the earliest I want to plant this year, since we had a late dove season last year and opened a couple weeks later than normal, would be September-ish, and I'll plant some around July. Something just caught my attention here. Check this out. Y'all see all the muddy paw prints all the way up on this tin that's wrapped around my feeder? That's a bear. So it looks like one was out here the last couple of days because we've only had one rain in the last few months. We've got muddy paw prints everywhere. So funny story about the bear too. Hopefully y'all can hear me with this tractor running like crazy, but this little microphone does pretty good. So we're having a live stream the other night, our last live stream, and I don't know if a lot of y'all caught on to something that was a little off with me. I cut the live stream a bit short at the end. We were finishing up cooking. I was going to go on a couple more minutes, and my phone went off. So I'm talking to y'all on the phone, I'm streaming, and then it starts lighting up that, hey, there's an alert. There's movement on your driveway camera, and some other stuff is going on. So you just don't ever know. Somebody coming in the driveway, is something going on. So I kind of cut the live stream short. I'm peeking around the edge of the house, seeing if somebody's there while my phone's loading the video from the camera, and it's bears. I mean, here it is, still daylight. That camera is only 150 feet probably from the house. I immediately said, Tiffany, grab our little dog, get inside, and I just got done joking on that live stream that Tiffany's cooking was going to smell so good that it was going to attract bears. And I was just joking. Well, sure enough, here comes bears down the driveway in daylight. We never went up seeing them. They must have slipped off in the woods, but I did catch them on camera just as they went by. So needless to say, we wound up packing up and cleaning up the black stone and everything else off the porch with a 12 gauge laid up against the wall over there. It's the way it goes. You live in the country, you live around animals and bears and wildlife, just the way it is. Actually, I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I was worried that night that the bears were going to come up to the house, maybe mess with the black stone that has all that smell good food and grease on it. Just got done cooking. Luckily, we haven't had a problem with bears coming up and disturbing trash cans or anything up at the house. But it's probably only a matter of time before they get that comfortable. And I really don't want that. Really don't want that. beautiful mowed piece of property. I always say it, I love it. There's just something awesome about starting with a rough looking yard, and then at the end of the day, it smells good, it looks good, it's clean. It's that sense of accomplishment. I was gonna take y'all along for a little weed eating around the property, but just tried to fire up my old steel weed eater and the primer bulb collapsed in on me and it's dry rotted. I've had that weed eater so long now, this is going to be the third time that I've had to replace that because, well, gasoline and rubber parts don't mix. Even with me using non-ethanol, those parts dry rot over time. So that's okay. We'll order the parts online, or either I'll stop by my local steel store and see if they have one of those. We'll get that thing fixed. We'll do a little weed eating on the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one.